Hi, this is Derek Tomei with a very special report on how to get started in marketing and online niches. And this is part of my system, and this is how I approach every single website that I go about finding a niche. And if you follow this step by step systematically, you will be successful every time. Now, there are a lot of people out there that will try to tell you how to go about getting involved in making money online. Hey, a lot of internet marketers will be, hey, here's my product, do this, and you can do the same thing. And it's not marketing to internet marketers. That's completely against what really niche marketing is. You want to first identify what you want to do. And it's something that people sometimes have a difficult time with, but if you look at it in the way that I'm going to tell you, it will be very easy. For instance, I have an online job board. I have several online job boards, and it's my Niche Cloner software that I use to run those job boards. And if you don't know about Niche Cloner, just go to nichecloner.com or download the audio reports that I have online in the Niche Pros membership area. But basically, my job board allows anybody to run their own specific niche job board. I run specific niche job boards for specific industries, and that industry is very, very niche. For example, people that run their businesses have to use certain software to manage all the aspects of their business, including accounting, the payroll of people, human resources, accounts receivable. All that has to be tracked. And the way that they do that is through enterprise resource planning software. That's ERP software. And there are a whole mess of ERP applications out there that companies use. But there are three major ones that are at the top of the list, and they are PeopleSoft, Oracle, and SAP. And I just happened to be involved in the PeopleSoft industry for several years. And it's a highly skilled expertise that you need to know very well. And I loved doing what I did while I was working that full time in a job doing PeopleSoft. And so that was what I was interested in. And that's how I got started in my job boards, my online job boards. I started with PeopleSoft. And a lot of people that have purchased my Niche Cloner software have come up with some really good ideas. Some people come to me before they purchase it and say, I want to do this. I see your business model. I see its tremendous opportunity. I just don't know what to do. And the thing here's the very first step that you need to do in starting any online business relating to making money online, and that's focused on niches. Okay? And the way that you do is you first have to identify what specifically are you going to do. And the way you do that is the same way I did it. What are your interests? What are you passionate about? What do you love to do? And what are you really good at doing? Okay, those specific things. And if you have a little notepad by you, you're going to want to jot this down. The very first step is figuring out what you're going to do. And the way you do that is you're just going to simply take a sheet of paper and start listing out, what do I like to do? You might like to golf a lot. You might like to ride a bike. You might like to listen to music. You might be a musician that you play music. What are your interests? Okay, what are your hobbies? And then what are you really passionate about? It could be something that you really care deeply about. And then what are you really, really good at? You really need to focus on those things and list those things out on a sheet of paper, and you will easily come up with a tremendous amount of ideas. And once you find those specific ideas, you can expand on them and actually drill down and make them a little more finite and tune them to where they are real niches. Okay, so let's just take the example of someone who really loves to play golf. Okay, well, if you're a real good golfer and you love it, you're passionate about it, and there's a lot of people out there that play golf and they're crazy. They're very competitive. They go out and buy the best, drivers and clubs that they can get. They spend a lot of time practicing. I mean, those really gung ho people out there. Okay, so let's just assume that you're one of those people. You think, okay, well, that's my niche. My niche is going to be in golfing. Well, I don't think so. You've got to really narrow it down there. Golfing is not a niche. It's not niche enough. You need to really get down and narrow it down. Okay? So basically, step one, as I said before, is to figure out what you want to do by finding out what you like to do, what are your hobbies, what are you really good at doing, list it all out on a piece of paper. Just let the ideas flow, and then when you're done, you'll have a whole list where you can really start saying, okay, now I've got something to start with. And that's how you start in anything that you do. If you go about it any other way, like trying to say, what's really good where I can make a lot of money at? What's something that I think that people will want to buy? If you do it and you go about it that way, you're going to frustrate yourself. You're going to spend a lot of time getting a business going, and then when you're going to find out that it's just A, it's not working out for you, it's not what you expected, or B, you're going to be bored because you're really not passionate about it and you're not going to, really take it on like you want to. So just follow those key steps. And then the second thing you want to do is once you list all that out, take and realize what specifically out of all those things that you listed out, what is really easily targetable? What is easily targetable and is it really niche specific? And the way that you can do that is by going out and doing some research. Okay, you can do research by going to Overture, and they have their keyword tool. You can go out and type in your keyword. For instance, I'll use the example of golfing again. Go out and type into the keyword search golfing, and then it's going to come back and give you a whole list of subcategories and break that down. Okay, and then when you do, you'll get sub keywords or a list of keywords that are more niche specific. It could be, golf clubs or, things along that nature. That's one way to do it. Another way is to use Word Tracker, and I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's a very powerful tool, wordtracker.com. You can go to Word Tracker and you can go and use their search key tool, and it will show you a tremendous amount of information on the keyword that you're searching with. Okay, wordtracker.com. Your goal is to find out what are frequently used keywords, and not only to find that out based on what you've listed out in your niches, you want to find out what are the frequently used keywords that people use based on those specific keywords that you list based on your specific interests and hobbies. And not only that, but you want to find those keywords that have little or no competition. You want to because you want to use that to generate traffic to your site. Okay, and basically, Word Tracker allows you to enter a term that describes your idea, and then you'll find it will go ahead and list out a number of related keywords to what you have listed. Then you'll find out based on what they show you whether people are actually using those search terms when they go out and do a search. Then you can refine your selection. You can, track it down and find out how many other people are competing for your keywords. And basically, it's a powerful, powerful tool. So WordTracker.com is another way to find that out. Another way is to go to different news groups. Google has a whole mess of groups that you can go to. Groups.google.com. Type in your specific, if it's golfing, type in golfing and go find all the groups that are out there. Go inside of those groups and find out what everybody's really talking about. Find out everything that they're talking and discussing about in those groups. Sometimes, a lot of times, they'll be discussing a specific problem that they're having. One guy might, they might be starting to talk about, I'm having, hard times with my, getting my swing down when I'm driving. I want to further my distance on my drive when I'm hitting that golf ball. And so, you might say, hey, maybe that's my next idea. My niche idea is to how to increase the, the ball, how far the ball goes when on your drive. And forgive me because I'm not a golfer. I'm just using it as an example. So if you're a golfer and I'm screwing up the nomenclature, I apologize. But that's the beauty of the groups. You can go out there and do that. That's one of the things I did. I went out to PeopleSoft groups. I was members of PeopleSoft news groups before I started my PeopleSoft sites because I was always looking for information. And that's the key is you have to find what is everybody looking for. And so, that's the second step is to find an easy targetable niche. And you do that by using those specific, tools I had mentioned, Google Groups, Overture's keyword tool, and also WordTracker.com. Those are three great resources. I'm sure there's other ones out there. But like I said, if you want to really refine and go down deep into picking out a niche. So if you're a golfer and that's what you're saying, okay, it's not a good niche to just say my niche is golfing. No, you need to find out, like I said, if people are discussing a problem related to golfing, I want to further my, the distance of my ball on my drive. Okay, so maybe that's one of the things that that's gonna be your niche, increasing your drive on hitting a golf ball. All right, and it's all about finding something that's highly focused. Okay, you need to find a highly focused group of people, and then they have to be on the internet looking for this information. Okay, this is why I was so successful. I had a highly focused group of people that were always looking for information relating to PeopleSoft software. And not only that, but on the recruiting side, for as far as my job board is concerned, companies and employers and recruiters are always looking for really good, experienced PeopleSoft professionals, and PeopleSoft professionals are always looking for, projects and jobs relating to that. Okay, so you need to go down. I mean, I could have stopped at ERP at the level above that and just said, okay, I'm going to do all enterprise resource planning software. Oh, okay, that's great, but that's not really niche specific enough. But I went all the way down to the one specific software, PeopleSoft, and that's what you need to do. So find that easily targetable niche market and use those tools that I told you how to do that. If you don't do step one and step two in the order that I just said, you're more than likely going to fail at succeeding online in any niche market whatsoever. And again, remember what I said, that you don't want to just try to sit there and think, okay, what kind of product should I come up with? Okay, I came out, okay, my niche is golfing, and okay, increasing your, okay, I'm gonna come up with a product. You don't want to do that. You want to figure out what are people talking about, what kind of problems are they having, and you want to provide a solution to that problem. The problem that I saw in the PeopleSoft area was recruiters and employers were looking for PeopleSoft people, but they were having a hard time doing it. They were complaining because it took too long. They would go to the larger job boards and spend a lot of time weeding through non-relevant resumes. And then the candidates were tired of going to these types of boards because they wanted to go to a specific site where they can find nothing but PeopleSoft related jobs and information relating to PeopleSoft. And so that's how I came up and said, here's a problem, and now here's my solution. PeopleSoft Pros, okay? And that was my website that I started. And so that's what you need to do. Don't be looking for products and things like that. Find out what problems are out there and come up with a solution to that problem. Okay, we covered the first two steps, and now I'm going to go into step three, and that's going to be once you find and discover your easily targeted niche, you're going to want to figure out, based on the problems that you see, you're going to come up with something that you can a solution to those problems, okay? And this is where you identify what specifically you're going to sell, okay? And okay, you can there's a tremendous amount of things that you can come up with. You can come up with physical products in the golfing situation. It might be golf clubs. It might be some new device. I don't know if you've seen those things where people try to improve their golf swing and there's this big round circle thing, some kind of big device, and people use their swing inside that to keep them swinging correctly. That's one way. That's a physical product. Okay, it might be a specific informational product, how to improve your golf swing, or how to increase the length, the distance of your drive. Okay, it could be a particular service. You might be a golfer and you want to provide golf lessons for people. You may not even want to have your own product. Maybe you want to go out and sell somebody else's product, and that's what's called affiliate marketing. Okay, you can recommend someone else's product on, increasing the drive of your golf swing, or something like that. It might be a website where you offer tons of articles and information on that, and inside there, you're just strictly promoting other people's product, and that's affiliate marketing. You may want to sell golf clubs, like I mentioned before, but yet you don't want to be the one managing all the inventory and purchasing it and shipping it and everything like that. You find a drop shipper, okay? There's a lot of businesses on eBay that do that. Drop shipping, other companies, they place the order with you, and you just submit the order to another company, and that company will go ahead and drop ship those specific products, golf clubs or whatever. Okay. And so that's, those are some of the types of products that you can come up with. However, I will tell you this thing, the most very profitable thing you could ever come up with online is an informational product. And the main reason being is you create it one time, you set up your website correctly, and you basically almost have, and if you're an expert in in the market, you don't have to pay someone else to do it. You can develop the informational product yourself. Okay, it doesn't cost you a thing. You don't have to develop it. You don't have to take on inventory. You don't have to have a building where you're shipping these things out. You don't have shipping costs. Almost every single penny of revenue that comes in from an informational product is pure profit, and that is the most important thing. And so if I were going to say to anybody, what things would you want to sell online? You want to make sure that you're selling something relating to an informational digital product or some type of online service. Like my job board, it's strictly an online service. I set it up one time, and all I did once it's set up, the mechanism's in place, I just strictly start to market it, and that is it. And then everything that comes in is almost pure profit. I have my hosting costs, I have some advertising and marketing costs, but other than that, that's it. Everything else, when an employer comes to my site and wants to post a job, it doesn't cost me anything, okay? I have an online digital service. My job board is all automated. They come to the website, they pay with their credit card, and boom, they're presented with all the tools online and what they need to do to post their job, and that's it. And the same thing for the candidates. They post their resume, and that's it. And I'm basically connecting the two together. And you want to follow that same similar model. Whether it be a digital product or an online service, you want to make sure that you follow that particular model. It's going to be the most profitable. Am I telling you don't go out and sell golf clubs? No. If you find a profitable niche that no one else is delivering in, okay, and it's a physical product and you can be very profitable with it, then fine. And that's what you want to do, go for it. But just keep in mind, you're going to be working that business. And it's going to take a lot of your effort, and not every penny that comes in is going to be profit. Whereas an informational product, a digital product, or an online type of service, pretty much you set it up once and that's it. Everything and all the revenue that comes in is pretty much profit. Okay, we covered those first three steps, and now I'm going to talk to you about what's next. The first step, of course, as we mentioned, was figuring out what you're going to do. And we talked about how you do that. We talked about making sure that what you do, whatever it is, idea that you come up with, that you really narrow it down and make sure that it is an easily targeted niche. And then we talked about specifically making sure that what you sell online, finding out what you're going to sell, and ensuring that it's really something that you can set and forget. That type of thing when I talked about making it an online digital product, whether it's informational product or an online service. And my niche cloner job board, I think, is the absolute best model. It's modeled after the eBay model. And again, if you have not received or listened to the audio, the six-figure income audio, you'll find that in the audio section of Niche Pros, or you can go to nichecloner.com and download the report that discusses that model, basically that eBay model. And basically the eBay model is eBay sets up and has an online service where it connects people. They're not creating content, they're not adding the products, they're not having to constantly do any work other than just providing the mechanism to hook up buyers and sellers. Okay, and that's what my job board does. It's basically an online mechanism, and it's a vertical market where I connect the candidates, people looking for a job, with the employers and recruiters that are looking for candidates. And it's very powerful because it's highly automated, and you want to focus on being able to establish an online business that is a highly targeted niche and is highly automated. Why do you want to do that? Because once you get your site going, you can move on to the next one and start creating another site. And that's what I did with my job board. I started out first with a PeopleSoft job board. And if you went to PeopleSoftPros.com, you'd see my job board. Well, I didn't stop there because once I had that up and running and I had everything perfectly humming and tuning the way I wanted it to, automated, and I said, I've got this business model down, I've got the mechanism down, I've got everything in place. It's time to duplicate this, and hence that's where I came up with my nickname, the Niche Cloner. Basically, took my one niche and I cloned it, and I said, okay, I have PeopleSoft uh, recruiting website. I have a PeopleSoft recruiting website, and it was doing good, built up a lot of clientele. It was on autopilot, and I said it's time to duplicate this. So I duplicated it, and if you went and you'd see that I now have an SAP website. That was this next one that I did. If you went to sap-pros.com, you'll see that it's very similar to my PeopleSoft site, except it's marketing to a different niche, and that's the SAP industry, people who use SAP software. And guess what? It was very similar to my PeopleSoft software, and a lot of the recruiters and companies that use my PeopleSoft software also were looking and recruiting for SAP people. So I was able to cross market when people sign up for a PeopleSoft account on my PeopleSoft Pros website to look for PeopleSoft candidates. I was pitching to them in the back end and in also online that if they're looking for SAP candidates, we also have an SAP website. And hence I came out with the next website. But I didn't stop there. I continued doing that. And that's what you want to, that's why I say you want to find something that's easily deliverable, that's informational or service related, and is highly automated. So keep that in mind when you choose your niche. Okay, so once you've figured out what you're going to sell, okay, and you have your product in mind, your informational product or your online service, the next step is you got to get everything going. You got to set up your website. But I would say before you do that, you want to figure out and write your sales copy. You can do it yourself if you're very good at it. You know you'll have complete control over it. You'll know exactly what you're doing. That's great. I ended up doing that myself. I was very knowledgeable and understood exactly what my customers wanted, and so I wrote my own sales copy. Um, and you can do that yourself, or you can hire someone to do that. For instance, the Niche Pros website that you see, I didn't write that sales copy. I hired a real good sales copy writer to write that for me. And if you're interested in finding that out, you can just go to the support forum or go to my help desk, and I'll see to it that I'll give you some good names of some copywriters. Or you can go to places like the Warrior Forum, and you'll find a tremendous amount of people and knowledge in there and people who know what they're doing there. Okay, you can hire someone to do that. You can also, buy a software that will generate sales letters for you. You put in your driving keywords and what you're specifically doing. It'll come out. It's kind of formulated and spits out sales letter to you. So you want to make sure that you hire someone to do that. But before I go into detail about that, let's talk a little bit about getting your site set up. You got an idea. You've got your niche figured out. You know what particular product you're going to do. Okay, so now you need to go ahead and you need to get a domain name. You need to get a website, host it, find a website to be a hosting provider to host your website, and then you need to build your website, get your sales letter up, and get that whole process going. Okay, and the best thing I can tell you, the best advice I can give you, and making sure that your site is highly optimized for the search engines, is when you go out and you grab your domain name, you want to make sure that it has in it the name of what you're selling. Okay, you want to make sure that that domain name itself has the keyword in it of your niche. For instance, my website was relating to PeopleSoft, so my website and domain name was PeopleSoftPros.com. I also have domain names purchased, PeopleSoftResume.com, PeopleSoftJob.com, and a few other ones relating to the keyword. Okay, and the reason I do that is because when people, I want them to first for brand awareness, okay, and brand recognition, and I want people to easily be able to recognize what I'm selling when they come to my domain, and there be no confusion. Now, if I, put up some kooky name, it would be a lot more difficult, and the search engines aren't going to rank me as high either. So that's why I chose PeopleSoft Pros. And that's why when I went to my next site, it was SAP related, I make sure that keyword's in there, okay? And you want to do the same thing. And if your product is based on golf swing, okay, or golf drive, increasing the drive of your golf swing, you want to make sure that you have those keywords in your domain name. Improvedgolfswing.com or golfswing, pros.com or whatever it is, but you want to make sure you do that. And when you register a domain, it doesn't cost very much. Nowadays, it's, you can go to GoDaddy.com for, what is it, $8.95 or something like that for a year. So you want to go and register your domain name, and if you want to know how to do that, I'm not going to discuss exactly the details of that in here. There are videos on Niche Pros that will tell you and show you exactly what you need to do and how to do it. Okay, so again, make sure you use your keywords in your domain name. Okay, you want to go out and do that. If your specific keywords are, golf swing, relating to your golf swing, make sure that word golf swing is in your keywords. Okay.
This video and the Virtual Consulting YouTube channel is powered by the Virtual Consulting Firm. Please also visit and follow us on social media via the links that you may find on our About page. In the top right, you can link to our Virtual Consulting homepage. You can follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. You can also find our web hosting company. And if you scroll to the bottom, you'll find additional links to some of our other social media sites, our Facebook site, our Instagram site. Also, we hope you will join us in the Virtual Consulting Facebook group where we can discuss any topics and you can ask any questions related to virtual consulting, and we'd be happy to help you succeed in your virtual consulting business, get started, and succeed in your virtual consulting business. And also our Pinterest, and again the web hosting company that we use for our homepage. So again, we hope you will also choose to follow us on our social media sites, visit us, let us know what you think of all this, how can we help you. We hope this all helps, and have a great day. We would also like to cordially invite you to join us in the new Virtual Consulting Community Discord server. You should be able to find an invite in the description box below and or in the link section on our website on the Virtual Consulting Firm homepage, which you can also find a link to in the description box below at thevcf.com. And again, we'd like to invite you to join us and discuss any topics related to virtual consulting, etc., any help that you would need. In the Virtual Consulting Community Discord server, it is free to join. Again, any topics you want to discuss, any help you would like to have to succeed in your virtual consulting business, we can discuss those topics there, and hopefully our fellow virtual consultants will help each other out and mutually benefit from participating in the new Virtual Consulting Community Discord server. So we look forward to seeing you there. Again, you can find an invite in the description box below, in the About page of our YouTube channel, in the links section of our homepage, thevcf.com. And again, we look forward to joining you in the Virtual Consulting Community Discord server. Thank you. Please help us be able to continue to produce frequent quality content to help you learn how to get started and succeed in virtual consulting as a virtual consultant by supporting virtual consulting via our Patreon at patreon.com/virtualconsulting. Again, this is totally voluntary. If you would wish to provide us with your support, we would greatly appreciate it. You can see you can receive additional benefits, and we hope to be able to add additional benefits to each of these membership levels, any of which you may choose. And again, we'll be adding additional benefits to each membership level as we are able. So again, if you're able to help support us in being able to produce frequent quality content and additional benefits for our Patreons, we hope you will choose to select a membership in our Patreon at patreon.com/virtualconsulting. We thank you for your support. Good luck and have a great day. Thank you for watching our video to the end. We hope that you liked it. Please smash the like button to help the YouTube algorithm share our videos with more of your fellow virtual consultants around the world. Please share this on your social media and with your other virtual consultants around the world. If you're not already subscribed to our virtual consulting YouTube channel, we hope that you will choose to subscribe, and please hit the bell icon to be notified as we release new content. Please provide us with your feedback in the comments below. Let us know how we can help you be more successful as a virtual consultant, get started as a virtual consultant, and be successful in your virtual consulting business. Again, thank you for watching our video to the end. We hope this all helps, and have a great day. If you like this video, we hope you will choose to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the box in the upper left-hand corner. You can watch another video like this by clicking on the box in the lower right-hand corner. And we have a whole playlist of videos like this that you can access via the box in the upper right-hand corner. Our latest video is available in the box in the lower left-hand corner. We hope you like this and have a great day.